Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Just wait on that.
I'll get it for you. All right.
Roll.
Good evening, everyone. This meeting is being held with the benefit of public notice as required by the Open Public Meetings Act. Madam Clerk, would you call the roll?
Mr. Caravelli?
Here.
Ms. Phillips?
Here.
Mr. Whalen?
Here.
Mr. Papero?
Here.
Mr. Todd?
Here. And would everyone rise for the flag salute and the invocation?
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Heavenly Father, as the world blossoms in spring, let our hearts be renewed with God's love. May He bring comfort in uncertainty, strength in weariness, and hope that never fades. Let us pray for our township as well. May we deliberate tonight justly, and may we always serve with integrity. We ask all of these things in your name. Amen.
Amen.
For your consideration, we have the minutes for the meetings of March 18th and April 1st.
I have a motion regarding the minutes.
I'll make that motion.
Second. Madam Clerk?
Mr. Caravelli?
Yes.
Ms. Phillips?
Yes.
Mr. Whalen?
Yes.
Papero?
Yes.
Mr. Todd?
Yes.
Passes 5-0. For consideration, we have communications, C1, joint proclamation recognizing May as Apraxia Awareness Month. The theme is Creating Community Connections. The second is joint proclamation recognizing May as Mental Health Awareness Month. The theme is Turn Awareness into Action. And the third is the joint proclamation recognizing May 17th as Armed Forces Day.
Do I have a motion to recognize these joint proclamations?
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Madam Clerk?
Mr. Caravelli?
Yes.
Ms. Phillips?
Yes.
Mr. Whalen?
Yes.
Mr. Papero?
Yes.
Mr. Todd?
Yes. Now, there has been an amendment to the agenda since it was posted on the website. There is an additional communication that has been added. It's an acknowledgement of a receipt of documentation regarding the results of the bond sale and note sale of April 20th, 2025 by Eugenia Polos, our Director of Finance and CFO. So,
Make a motion to accept it.
can
Make that
I,
motion.
I'll second.
Madam Clerk?
Mr. Caravelli?
Yes.
Ms. Phillips?
Yes.
Mr. Whalen?
Yes.
Mr. Papero?
Yes.
Mr. Todd?
Yes.
Resolution 125-221 is a resolution of Hamilton Township, County, Mercer, State of New Jersey, supporting JSNN Tulsi LLC doing business as Sweet Spot Dispensary application to the Cannabis Regulatory Commission for a Class 5 cannabis retail and dispensary license.
Any comments or questions from council?
I've done.
Yep.
Any members of the public wishing to comment or ask any questions? Would you like to comment? I think I saw a hand.
I'm sorry, we can't hear back here. Yeah, we aren't even here up here.
All right.
Come on.
We don't play. Cannabis.
Oh, okay, that's not us.
So, can everyone hear me better? All right. Oh yeah, we have new.
Because the air's broke, so we have mobile units.
Oh, okay, great. So, all right, we'll do our best, everyone. We'll try to be mindful and speak into our microphones tonight. Normally, we can keep a little distance between ourselves and the microphones, but not tonight. Okay, so we are. Let's see. We're on Resolution 1, which is a resolution in support of the application to the Cannabis Regulatory Commission by Sweet Spot, JSNN Tulsi LLC's doing business as Sweet Spot Dispensary. So once again, do any members of council wish to comment on this? Any members of the public wish to comment on this? Seeing none, I'll entertain a motion.
I'll move Resolution 125-221.
I'll second it.
Madam Clerk?
Mr. Carabelli?
Yes.
Mrs. Phillips?
Yes.
Mr. Whalen?
Yes.
Mr. Reparo?
Yes.
Mr. Todd?
Yes. Actually, I need to abstain on that
Very good.
due to my work with the New Jersey Economic Development Authority.
Resolution 225-222 is a resolution authorizing the place-to-place transfer of enacted alcohol beverage control license 110333038 Padrino's Enterprises LLC, trading as Padrino's Italian Bistro and Pizzeria.
Any members of council wishing to comment or ask a question?
I guess my only question is this going to activate a liquor license for that location? That's great. Okay.
Any members of the public wishing to comment or ask a question?
Do they?
No. All right.
I'll make the motion to move resolution to 25222.
I'll second.
Madam Clerk?
Mr. Carabelli?
Yes.
Mrs. Phillips?
Yes.
Mr. Whalen?
Yes.
Mr. Reparo?
Yes.
Mr. Todd?
Yes. And we will move on to the consent agenda.
Consent agenda items CA1 through CA11 for your consideration.
Questions or comments from council members?
It's a pretty straightforward consent agenda today. We're appointing someone to the Hamilton Economic Development Advisory Committee.
Refunds.
Yeah, some refunds on it, so wording some contracts, but straightforward, so I don't have any questions.
Any members of the public wishing to make any comments or ask any questions? Seeing none?
Council President, I'll make a motion to close the public comment and move on consent agenda items CA1 through CA11.
I'll second the motion.
Madam Clerk?
Mr. Carabelli?
Yes.
Ms. Phillips?
Yes.
Mr. Whalen?
Yes.
Mr. Reparo?
Yes.
Mr. Todd?
Yes.
Next for consideration, we have ordinance 125-005, an ordinance accepting a deed restriction for a deed restricted affordable housing property with restrictions on resale and refinancing. The project name is Crossway Communities at Hamilton. Property address is 3332 South Broad Street, Block 2527, part of Block 17. The property owner is 3332 Hamilton Real Estate, Inc. First reading and introduction.
Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion on first reading and introduction to ordinance number 125-005.
I'll second it.
Madam Clerk?
Mr. Carabelli?
Yes.
Ms. Phillips?
Yes.
Mr. Whalen?
Yes.
Mr. Reparo?
Yes.
Mr. Todd?
Yes.
Ordinance 225-006, an ordinance accepting a utility easement and dedication of public utility agreement. Project name Spark Car Wash. Property address is 1030 State Highway 33, Block 1828, part of Block 49. The property owner is Williams Trading Company, Inc. First reading and introduction.
Any questions or comments? Actually, we just go to the motion.
I'll make a motion to move on ordinance number 225-006.
I'll second it.
Madam Clerk?
Mr. Carabelli?
Yes.
Ms. Phillips?
Yes.
Mr. Whalen?
Yes.
Mr. Reparo?
Yes.
Mr. Todd?
Yes.
Next, we have Resolution 125-234, is a resolution authorizing the municipal clerk to read the state calendar year 2025 municipal budget resolution by title only.
I'll make the motion to move resolution 125-234.
I'll second.
Mr. Carabelli?
Yes.
Ms. Phillips?
Yes.
Mr. Whalen?
Yes.
Mr. Reparo?
Yes.
Mr. Todd?
Yes.
Now we move on to the public hearing on the municipal budget.
Okay. Comments from council?
I reserve mine.
Same.
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 Okay. Questions or comments from the public?
I got a comment, questions. How's everyone doing tonight?
Good evening.
State your name and address, please.
Yes, Noah Barnes, 1980 Arena Drive, lifetime Waltham Hamilton resident. Question about the budget. I didn't notice it including anything about any possible tax increases for homeowners. Is that something anticipated?
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
Do you know any idea roughly by how much?
About 4%.
4% tax increase?
4.99.
to 5%.
So it accounts to, no,
$3 a week.
$3, $4 a week on a average household. And that's mainly reflected, we went through the budget with a fine-tooth comb over our budget workshops. It's mainly reflected in the healthcare increases and the healthcare costs that impacted every municipality. So that's what we're faced with, so.
Yeah, that's a good point. Our healthcare costs have gone up by several $1 million for the township this year. Our garbage costs have gone up by 50%, I believe, this year. There are several costs that we're not going to cut from the budget that have just gone up.
Right. And then I just had another question about legislative and the mayoral salaries increasing. The number I saw was it's increasing from $343,000 to $419,000. That's a $76,000 increase or a 22% increase. Is that for the mayor and all the members of the council, or are there more people included in that?
No, that's incorrect. Our salaries aren't going up, if that's what you're saying.
No, our salaries have stayed the same, but it may, what do you think that is?
Our CFO
Yeah,
has
that's,
answered
if
that.
you,
Yeah, come to the
Can
mic.
you come over, can she borrow your?
Absolutely.
In the budget, the council and the mayor, none of the salaries have increased. However, there are other staff that were paid by the grant, and being that those grant funds have gone away as of this year, then they were added to the budget.
Okay.
All right, thank you so much. That answers my questions. Thank you.
Any other members of the public wishing to ask any questions or make any comments?
So regarding the
Your name and
budget.
address, please.
Oh, I'm sorry. Rich Balgowan, 55 Church Street, Hamilton, New Jersey, 08620, 9546. Hit the 9 digits. So anyway, we're going to be having a new municipal building. Okay, is there anything in the budget to address any issues with the building maintenance, that type of thing? When's it gonna be
this
built?
building?
No, the new municipal, not this one, the new
The
one.
municipal building is under construction now.
So,
It'll be complete, the goal is like, the fall of next year, 2026 we're looking at?
One way that you're seeing us address the new municipal building is in how frugal the administration is in our capital budget this year. You'll see there were very few increases.
Our capital budget went down.
The capital budget went down in preparation for the fact that we do have this big project coming up.
so another question, I can answer a couple of songs, but I just have one.
No, you're
Another
good.
question
You have what,
My
are we giving them 4
understanding
minutes?
is that the municipal building is being built to LEED silver standards, is that correct?
That's the
Silver.
goal.
Gold, ain't it?
That's the goal. Yeah, we're
Silver.
familiar.
I think it's
We're familiar with it.
Okay,
Yeah.
so is it gold or silver?
We're aiming, Fred's going to answer that, actually. We're going to let our community development
Platinum's the
director
highest
speak to
one.
that.
And I can understand why certain people, why you wouldn't want to put platinum.
Come on up, Fred.
So, the building will be silver.
Silver.
We were going for gold, but gold raises the cost significantly. And so we think this is the best option. I would ask that everybody ride by the building. It's going as good as the project can go.
Yeah.
And for me personally, I can't hear this building because we don't have any air conditioning now, so we have all these temporary units now. Don't get on the elevator. Don't mind the rodents to run all through this building. So this is such a needed asset. It's unbelievable.
Thank you. Yeah.
So just to comment on that, I really do compliment the township for building this new building to LEED standards, even if it had been LEED bronze.
Right.
But LEED Platinum's the highest, and Fred is right, the more things you do to get the higher certification, the more it costs. But all that does is, you're going to save money, it's going to extend the payback period a bit. but following LEED standards, which are environmentally friendly standards, sustainability standards. You could use like rainwater that you collect on the roof to help flush your toilets and irrigate your plants, all kinds of stuff. So I actually drafted a LEED ordinance for the town when I was director of public works. It didn't go through. So the mayor kind of takes businesses away. So.
Yeah, it is exciting that at the new facility, we're going to have a large number of electrical charging stations. We're going to have the entire, and this is to what Fred was talking about, although we're not completely finishing the work, we're starting the work to have the entire parking lot. It'll be stubbed out for electrical charging stations. It's going to be stubbed out so that we can have overhead solar panels. So we are doing the work. We may continue to do piecemeal work after the building is occupied. There will be additional projects coming to make an environmentally friendly building, much more environmentally friendly than this building, and we will continue to make improvements beyond the point that we occupy that building. So thank you for pointing that out.
I compliment the town for this is very beneficial. And LEED, it involves everything from the carpets you use, the wood you're using in the building, to coming from some sustainable wood, rather than like peat and all that stuff. So. And then the final question, and I'm going to sit down, is, so I was watching, I always look at all the public works stuff, because my arena is working. So I'm seeing all these new trucks out there, and I'm saying, so I've written, I'm not bragging, but I wrote I wrote the fleet replacement schedule for the town, and it's perpetual, and it's looking at mileage, age of the vehicle, that type of thing. And so it's something that it's sustainable. So as a vehicle gets to a certain age and miles, it can be replaced. But I've been seeing all these new dump trucks and stuff, and then I see all these like Ford Escalades and stuff sitting in the parking lot that look like they're almost brand new.
Ford doesn't make Escalades, so let's what kind of car are you talking about?
It was Escape, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. My eyesight's gone.
That's okay.
So the cars appear to be in good shape. That's good.
They're in great shape.
I'm glad to hear they're
that could maybe that's
maintaining them well.
So what's your actual question?
My question is, there's a lot of new vehicles out there. Where did the money come from?
Well, I got it.
My speculation is, and I could be wrong here.
Because I could give you an actual answer, but go ahead and speculate. No. So
that's all I need to know.
So one of the answers to your questions is, for example, for the police department, in this year's budget, we have 0 new vehicles for the police department, despite the fact that there are, I want to say, 10 of the vehicles in our fleet with over 100,000 miles on those vehicles. There are several vehicles that have over 150,000 miles. One of the things that the township does is repurposes vehicles, so there's kind of been a hand-me-down system so that we get maximum use of the vehicles. You're probably familiar with that. One of the innovations that I'm proud of, that this council, working with the administration, we were able to find money to provide our police with 3 new vehicles. They're not in the capital budget. We found funding to provide those in order to provide for public safety. So it's important that we continue to replace these vehicles that have this high mileage on them. And that's something that we were able to work together to do without adding to the capital budget.
I thank you so much for educating me. So that's why I asked the question. And one more. And then
you're over time. Let's do this.
He's gonna come back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. That's
Okay.
Back later.
Let's see if any other members of the public want to ask any other questions.
I appreciate it.
And then we can bring you back, Rich. Janice, do you want to come up and make any questions or comments? Any other budget?
About the budget?
About the budget in particular.
No, not about the budget.
All right. Any other members of the public? All right. Seeing that no other members of the public, you can come up and have, we'll give you 2 more minutes, Rich.
That's all I need.
All right.
So, So, I know when I worked here, and this was one of my favorite places to work, no question about it. I loved working with the township. So much things we could do and make it better. My question is, and I was always looking for ways to save money, improve services, cut costs. What are we trying to do? Is there anything like monumental that we're trying to do to improve services? I believe we can improve services and cut costs at the same time in many areas.
Sure.
I can give you a couple examples. I'll let you-
Okay, no, you go ahead, it's your time.
So, for example, what do we spend, what do we budget for solid waste?
I don't have it.
A lot.
It went up by 50%. It went up by 50%.
Last year, and then we
So it was,
at higher
what's our total
Yeah.
budget now? Ballpark,
for solid waste.
for everything?
Oh,
Yeah, the municipal budget.
179?
Is it something like 125 million or?
No, it's
179.
179.
Okay. Yeah.
179.
175,
So, solid waste at one point, and I can't say if this is true, was essentially 10% of the entire budget. And there's absolutely ways that you can cut those costs significantly. I met with the mayor and talked about these. So that's just, I'm not going to get in here because I don't have enough time. The other thing is there's things that you do to facilities, like the wastewater treatment plant. I was director there for a while after electrical stuff. But why are we allowing methane to just be burned off and go through the atmosphere?
Actually, they've looked at methane capture, and there's a,
We do
Some,
provide some
yeah.
of it.
Yeah.
Some of it is, I know
Yes.
that.
Yeah.
So, and again, that is a great idea to do for the environment and everything else, but it also doesn't affect our current fund budget, our tax budget, right? Because
absolutely.
they're separate
I'm
utilities.
just saying, here's a way to both improve the environment. And are we going to replace that wastewater treatment plant?
replace it? No. There are no plans to replace it.
So anyway, I know I'm almost done. So I went to an American Public Works Association.
You know how much that would cost?
Oh, yeah, we'll get Robbinsville to pay for it.
By the way,
How is that?
we have a great, and
do
well,
pay.
I'll give you back 30 seconds. We have a great director of the
Oh, I like
water
that.
pollution,
She's very
and
good.
she's working on, constantly working on a 10-year plan. We are, those are expenses that we approved were the replacement of vital equipment for the water pollution control.
She's very, very good. Very good pick. When I was going to environmental commission meetings, she was there and we would talk and all that
Carrie,
stuff.
yeah.
She's very, very good. So the other thing though, and I'm going to and then I'm done, talk about my trip to China. Back in, I think it was like 2009, I went on a trip to China, American Public Works Association. And while the wives and everything were off looking at all the sites, we were meeting with government officials and things like that. So one of the places we went was the Beijing wastewater treatment plant. And this was a modern plant. They captured all the methane and even the gray water that we dump into the Crosswoods Creek. They captured that and they sent it out under pipes to the parks and stuff to irrigate. So they captured all their methane, and the methane was used to power 1/3 of the entire plant. And I even went to some dirt poor Chinese villages, and they were super proud of it, this little system they put in place.
So Rich, you're
I'm done.
you're out of
This
time.
is the regulator on the wall. They had a hole in a little shed next to their house, and they pushed in hog poop and put a lid on it, and it decomposed, and they used the methane from that to heat their homes. I'm done. Thanks for giving me a
Well, we appreciate- well, one thing we recently did do, because you were asking a question about what are we doing, at the wastewater treatment plant to cut costs, right?
Yeah.
One of the things that we did is that we, for years, right, many years, we paid to have our sludge hauled off, right? So recently, we bought a truck for roll-offs, and we're going to haul it ourselves.
Good.
So, the initial investment might have been a little bit of money, but at the end, it's going to pay off down the road, right?
See, that's-
So, I mean, Rich,
Public, you need to let the public know this stuff.
I don't disagree that infrastructure, but you know it and I know it, right? You came from that world.
Yep.
I came from that world. okay? At the end of the day, yeah, it'd be great to build a brand-new wastewater treatment plant, right? To treat our sewage. But at what cost?
We'll get Robbinsville to pay for it.
Well, Robbinsville's paying their fair share now.
Oh, they are?
Yeah, yeah.
they are.
People don't know that.
Yeah, well,
That's good, that's great.
they pay their fair share,
That's fantastic.
yeah.
It's, you gotta get the word out.
I believe here's another thing you can help us get the word out about this, Rich, is I believe we're going to be breaking ground on the solar field that we're building this year.
Yeah.
That's going to be providing the township with revenue. It's the old McCrancy's landfill, and it's
Patterson.
Yep.
and it's been a focus for this council and for this administration to redevelop these types of brownfields. There's been a lot of work by our economic development team looking at redeveloping. We have a lot of brownfields, and there's been a focus on bringing those back online, creating productive, revenue-generating properties, jobs-generating properties, and I'm proud of the work that we've done. When you think about some of the properties, the Neopara site, there's progress being made there to get that cleaned up, using the former dump as a solar field. It's going to not only provide us with revenue, but it's going to provide us with discounted electricity.
Energy for the new building.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Great stuff.
it's really a great agreement.
If you ever want to, if you want me to share some thoughts about solid waste,
Conversation from the chair.
Yeah,
I'm done. I'm saying I'll do it at
Thank
another
you.
time.
We appreciate that, Rick. So with that, any other members of the public wishing to ask questions or make comments regarding the budget? Seeing none, we'll entertain a...
I'm going to close the public hearing and then adopt the budget.
Yeah, you need to...
Well, you're going to close the public hearing and then you're going to adopt.
So I need a motion.
I'll make a motion to close the public hearing and move on Resolution 1, 25-2, no?
Resolution 2.
We already approved it,
Resolution
25-235.
Very good.
I'll second the motion.
Madam Clerk.
Mr. Carabelli?
Yes.
Ms. Phillips?
Yes.
Mr. Round?
Yes.
Mr. Capero?
Yes.
Mr. Ty?
Yes. Okay, first up is Ellen Coyote. Right?
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
You're so grateful, gracious in listening to me and understanding the situation, and above all that, taking action on this matter. I just wanted to personally come and thank you very much for what you've done, and it's an 85% improvement. I don't, did you guys get my email that was left this morning?
I did say, yeah, I did say.
Some residual that was left behind, but, and he started a firewood pile behind number 28. So he just doesn't want to follow the law no matter what. So I was talking to Rich because I was mentioning that I was thinking of getting those hunting cameras. So I took pictures to make sure like no more dumping was going to happen anymore. And so he was 30 yards away from me. I noticed him because I didn't want to. I was just hiding in the woods taking pictures. He was filming me, so I just and I saw that there was 3 more signs put there, so I appreciate that. And and if you ever have curiosity of a whodunit, I forgot to mention that when they hired a bulldozer they rented, they also, the number 28 also had a backhoe, and he dug a hole that was, I don't know, 4 foot long, 3 foot deep, 3 feet wide. And I asked number 28, 24, and I was still talking to him, what's that all about? Because he had a chicken wire fence around it and these 2 metal doors in the hole to cover the hole. And he said, oh, he's going to use it as a compost. And I was like, okay, and I didn't think anything of it. And then I'm thinking, no, compost should be above the ground, so you till it and then it ferments or whatever. So I've noticed about a year later, that's covered over. So if you want to If you have a metal detector or cadaver dog, I have the area that you might want to be searching to see what he's buried in that area. So, I don't know if he was married or not, but I was still away from around, so I got too much free time. But, I still just, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Ellen. Rich,
Me again?
you get 4 more minutes,
This is
Rich.
Again, this is just a question and hopefully you educate me. So, Old York Road, out in, towards Crossroads. Okay, one day I'm driving down the road, and here's a farmer digging out this ditch. And this is between, Old Broad Street and Allentown, or whatever, your road is, going towards Allentown. So he's digging this ditch out, he's right next to the road. And there's no guardrail there, nothing like that. But what he did was create a dangerous condition there. Because if any vehicle just goes off the edge a little bit, they're flipping over. I didn't take any pictures, but they're flipping over. He dug the ditch about a quarter of a mile. And then the next thing I know, there's guide rail put there. And there was never guide rail there before. W-beam guide rail with crash-worthy entry is. And my question is, who paid for that?
Oh, we'd have to
That
look
would absolutely
into,
had to have been a contract.
Do you happen to know?
About $35,000.
It's
is that a county road?
It's a county road, and when, do you know, when did the, when did the ditch digging happen?
About a year and a half.
Yeah, it was a while ago, and we got complaints on that, and we
Okay.
went out and addressed it with whoever the farmer was that does that piece of property. So the guardrail went up sometime after that, so and we don't know what the
Oh, so it
source
would've
of
been
that
county.
was. It would have been the
Then
county.
we installed would be the farmer who would have had a permit.
Right.
Township had nothing to do with it.
Correct.
That's it. All right.
Sometimes we think there are roads and they end up being the counties, Rich,
Yeah, well,
right?
I should have known that. I should have known that. So, the other thing,
Just have to run the cameras, they have them used.
so, just to bounce off what she was saying, when Ben Savango was mayor, he had problems with illegal dumping, vandalism, things like that. So we put these cameras, solar powered cameras, out up in like Cruiser Mansion, and they worked phenomenally. And those are something, I don't know if the town's still doing something like that, but every place we would have illegal, and you can take them down somewhere else if you want. They were cameras, much detective cameras, and so for clear, you would get the license plate number. The rest was all done years ago, and something to consider.
Interesting.
So that the public doesn't have to run by them. So, and then the other thing that I was going to say before, if you want to ever talk about solid waste and what we can absolutely do to significantly cut our solid waste costs, because we pay a tremendous amount because of the transfer station and all that other stuff, I can tell you how to do it. And I wrote a proposal to do that, and I discussed it with the mayor. So if you ever want to talk about it, I'm just going to take too long.
Thank you, Rich.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate that.
Thanks.
Thanks. Any other members of the public? Janice? Rich is a little taller than you, Janice.
Is this the new air conditioning?
You like it?
You like it?
That's where we're gonna put at the new building.
Can't hear anything when even people talk, they don't speak loud enough, we can't.
Apparently,
It's temporary, they're having a problem with these Sanyo, or whatever, these split systems, and I guess they're working
They're
on
still
it.
waiting on parts.
Right.
So these are only temporary. Sorry, they're loud. We know they're loud. They're the best option that we have to keep it cooler here, so.
Right, 2 weeks from now, I guess.
I won't wear a necktie next.
We like you in the front
next
row
meeting.
anyway.
Corner slider.
Okay, I had read that eventually Trenton Waterworks, we're going to have our own water reserve tank in Hamilton. We're doing away with one on Pennington or whatever it is. Out that was
Oh, the reservoir on Pennington Road? Well, I did hear that they're going to do something with, I don't know what the final disposition was of the reservoir. I mean, it's in Trenton, it's Trenton Waterworks. Because they were talking about they'd rather have a covered reservoir rather than that one's open air.
Two tanks there, and they were going to get rid of that, and then each township would come and have their own reservoir, according to the last update from Trenton Water.
I don't think we've received a proposal on placement of any such facility at this point, so it's early for us to have any details.
If I'm correct, or if I'm wrong, let me know, but my understanding is probably a year and a half away from even finalizing regionalization of that facility, so it might even take longer. But, you know, it's a work in progress, and, you know, it looks like there's finally people that have signed on, correct? Including the mayor of Trenton? Not necessarily, but they're getting closer, but it's still a lot of work in progress.
Poker face.
The biggest update for Trenton Waterworks is that on Friday, the NJDEP will be releasing their final study, the 360-degree final study. So if you've got nothing better to do over the weekend,
She didn't mean that the way it sounded.
you can read hundreds of pages of analysis. I know that's what I'll be doing.
Like he's never...
If you, like Alyssa, have nothing better to do this weekend.
And then, what is the Tree King? Are they, it looks like they're not going to open their, I mean, they've been for sale for years. Are
We
they,
don't have anything coming in.
Oriented, I mean, would the township be interested in buying that or anything for anything?
Fred's not here right now, but I know that, you know, there have been rumors of them looking to do some sort of development outside the actual retail location that they have at the intersection there. What that looks like, you know, does it include housing? Does it include like a mixed use? That hasn't been solidified yet. You know, there's ongoing discussions. Obviously, they have opened up the retail floral, and you know, you can get your shrubs and bushes there during the given year and during the Christmas season. I know that they're busy, but yeah, I haven't either. So
For Easter and all, there was nothing.
so they might be moving in that direction where they're looking really to pursue something. So, but there have been ideas floated about, and I've heard, you know, through the rumor mill several, but nothing has been solidified as of my conversation with the administration not too long ago, maybe like 2 weeks ago. So I'm curious on that site as well. Sits right across from the new municipal building. It's a, you know,
Needed more parking
right.
or something like that, or put a bridge over the road, they can
Right.
park over there and come over, you know? And, you know, it's right ideal. If you need something else to go with the municipal building, you got the property right there. So, okay. That's it.
Thanks.
And, we were talking about, what's my mind here? The solar panels, hate to bring up, is Sweetbriar Avenue done?
Do you like your new road?
Well,
Sweetbriar.
you have eyes on Sweetbriar every day. What do you see happening?
Nothing there.
Okay. They have a 10-year window to start construction from the time it was approved. So how long has it been now? About a year? So they have like 9 more years or 8 more years to build it. So they could start at any time.
No, just keep our fingers crossed, I guess. Okay.
We haven't heard anything, though. I mean, we haven't gotten permitting requests that we're aware of. So,
Janice, quick question, because you brought this up one of the meetings. I know they did some road work. They repaved, obviously, that stretch right there on Sweetbriar. Right, up to the bridge. Was there any improvements to the fallen trees that you had mentioned? The fallen trees, I think you mentioned. Okay, well, we'll look into that.
There was a lot of debris out there recently, too, that I noticed one day and called up the county about it and spoke to Dan Benson, and he sent somebody out there immediately to clean it up. So there was...
I'll mention it.
I happened to be riding by, getting closer to the fire site, and on the left-hand side, there was a ton of debris. Looks like somebody dumped something there, so it was nice to, you know, be able to call Dan up, and immediately he sent somebody out that day and got it cleaned up, so...
There's a lot of debris a lot of times.
Yeah.
I wonder if the garbage trucks, as they're going, they don't keep covered or something.
I suspect that's true because we see that on like Assunpink Boulevard. We see accumulations of debris and that's right on the way to the waste management facility in Lawrence. So I suspect the same thing. We don't have,
Something, why don't they call the police and say this truck, license plate, da.
yeah, and that's the tough part.
Yeah.
Thank you, Janice. Thank you.
Any other members of the public with any questions or comments? Seeing none, we'll move to council comments.
I'm not afraid. I just,
Don't everybody jump at once.
I'll just, I have just three quick ones. We have the Azalea Festival on May 10th. Council President probably was going to announce that one from 10 to 4. We're at St. Guard's, always a really great event. And that coincides, obviously, with Mother's Day. So for all the moms out there and grandmoms and aunts and whatever role you play as a mother, thank you so much. And hopefully you have a wonderful day. And then in addition to that, we mentioned Armed Forces Day. That's May 17th. Really a nice event at 11 o'clock over at Veterans Park. So looking forward to that event as well. So that's all. Thank you for coming out this evening.
only something real quick. Just want to thank our administration, the staff, the directors, with providing us with all the information that we needed as we went through the workshops. You were a big help, and the staff, as always, does a tremendous job preparing us for the meeting. So I want to thank you, and as Anthony said, I want to wish all the moms, a happy Mother's Day. Enjoy your time with your family, and hopefully it's a nice sunny day. It looks like it's supposed to be beautiful out, so enjoy it. Thank you.
I'll start. I was, of course, going to mention Mother's Day and Azalea Festival. Hopefully we won't get rained out this year. It looks like it is going to be a beautiful day because we had quite a few years there. I just also wanted to recognize Teacher Appreciation Week. I want to say thank you from the Township for their public appreciation, but also to thank all of the great Hamilton teachers that work with our kids every day here in this township. We have an amazing school system. And building upon that, we have some teachers from all the high schools who will be heading to Florida on the 18th to commend their season by marching at Disney. So it's going to be marching band, color guard, and they'll be able to be celebrated down there in Disney as long as Newark gets their act together. That's my only worry. But again, thank you so much for coming out. I wish all the mothers a happy Mother's Day, and hoping for dry weather this weekend. So thank you again.
Yeah, and I'd like to thank everyone for coming out. I'd like to congratulate the councilman. All right, you know what? I'm going to let our vice president go last. We're going to save the best for last tonight. Our vice president will go last.
I'll follow you up. Good.
I want to congratulate the Nottingham High School Consumer Bowl team for once again winning the.
We'll have them in next meeting.
The Consumer Bowl title. We're gonna celebrate that victory. It shows the academic strength of our school district. So kudos to the Nottingham kids. I also want to thank the administration for the transparency, the responsiveness throughout the budget process, and it was a very tight budget, and appreciated working with you all to get it done for the residents this year. And happy Mother's Day to everybody.
Have to go.
I'm gonna.
Not yet. First, please express our thanks. I think everybody here is very thankful for all the work that everybody put in for the budget. All the directors came in with very tight budgets. They knew it was going to be a tough year. We appreciate that. To the clerk's office, thank you for all the time you put in. I know it was a lot of extra days with us, so we appreciate that. To our extended staff, Janice, thank you for always being here, for supporting us, for letting us know what we're doing right and wrong. To other Hamilton residents, we appreciate the compliments. We must be doing something right if you came here giving us compliments. We appreciate that very much. And we appreciate that. We know you're a good guy. So, thank you. To all the moms, without you, nothing happens. So we appreciate everything you do. I'm proud to have you on our team. And I don't get to say this very often. Meeting adjourned.